You uploaded your video, you check the analytics every 10 minutes for the first hour, and then nothing. A few views, maybe a like or two from your mom, and you're sitting there thinking, did I do something wrong? Is my content bad? Should I just quit? Here's the thing. Your video didn't fail because of your content. It didn't fail because of your editing. It didn't even fail because of your thumbnail. Well, maybe a little. But the real reason? Your video was already set up to fail before you ever hit upload. And I can prove it with one rule, the 48-hour rule. I spend way too much time thinking about why videos fail in the first 48 hours, and more importantly, what you can actually do to stop it from happening to yours. If you're someone who works hard on their videos, uploads consistently, and still feels like the algorithm is completely ignoring you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if it helps you out. Because what I'm about to share completely changed how I approach every single upload. And once you see it, you literally cannot unsee it. Okay, so let's start with the basics. What exactly is the 48-hour rule? Here's the idea. The first 48 hours after you upload a video are the most critical window in the entire life of that video. What happens in those 48 hours determines whether your video gets pushed to new audiences or quietly buried forever. Now, you might be thinking, I've heard about the algorithm before. This isn't new. And look, I get it. But here's what most people don't realize. The algorithm doesn't just look at what happens after you upload. It starts making decisions based on signals you set up before you upload. Think about that for a second. Before your video even goes live, the title, the thumbnail, the description, the tags, the time you chose to post, all of that is already sending signals. And those signals tell the platform one thing. Should I test this video with more people or not? Most creators skip this part entirely. They spend 10 hours filming and editing and 10 minutes on everything else. And that's exactly where the 48-hour rule breaks down. So what are the actual signals that matter in those first 48 hours? There are three big ones. Signal number one, click-through rate the first 15 minutes. This is where it all starts. When you upload a video, the platform shows it to a small test group, usually your subscribers first. And the one question it's asking is simple. Do people click on this? If your click-through rate, or CTR, is strong in those first 15 minutes, the platform says, okay, let's show this to more people. If it's weak, it pulls back fast. Here's what's interesting. Studies on YouTube behavior show that most channels have an average CTR between 2 and 10%. But the videos that break out, they're usually sitting above 6% in that first window. And what controls CTR more than anything else? Your thumbnail and your title. Not your content, not your editing, the thing people see before they even press play. This is where most videos fail before they even start. Okay, so let's say people click. Now what? The next signal is watch time. Specifically, how long are people watching before they leave? Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The platform doesn't just care about total watch time. It cares about the percentage of your video people watch. So a 3-minute video where people watch 80% of it will almost always outperform a 15-minute video where people drop off at 20%. The math is simple, but brutal. If you lose people in the first 30 seconds, and most creators do, the algorithm sees that as a red flag. It says, this video isn't holding attention, and it stops pushing it. This is why your hook, the first 30 seconds of your video, is worth more than the next 10 minutes combined. The third signal is what I call engagement velocity. This is how fast your video collects likes, comments, and shares, not just how many it gets total. Here's the thing. Most creators miss this. 100 comments in the first 2 hours means something completely different to the algorithm than 100 comments spread over 2 weeks. Velocity tells the platform your content is creating a reaction right now. And platforms love right now. They're built to surface things that are generating energy in the moment. So if your video goes live and crickets, the algorithm moves on. But if it goes live and people are immediately commenting, sharing, reacting, it doubles down. Now let's talk about the actual mistakes, the things creators do or don't do that destroy their 48-hour window before it even begins. This one sounds simple, but it's devastating. When you upload when your audience is asleep or at work, you lose the first critical hours of organic momentum. Your first viewers are almost always your subscribers, and if your subscribers aren't online when you post, your early CTR and engagement velocity will be artificially low. The algorithm sees weak signals and pulls back, and by the time your audience wakes up, it's already too late. The window is closing. The fix is boring, but it works. Post when your audience is actually online. Look at your analytics, find the peak hours, and be consistent about it. Look, I'm going to be real with you. Most creators spend more time color grading their footage than they do writing their title, and that is completely backwards. Your title is the first thing the algorithm reads. It's the first thing a potential viewer reads. It decides whether someone clicks or scrolls past. A strong title does three things. It creates curiosity, it promises a clear value, and it speaks directly to a specific person. If your title is vague, generic, or trying to be clever without being clear, you've already lost. Write at least 10 title variations before you pick one. Yes, 10. The first 3 will be bad, the next 4 will be okay, the last 3 are where the good ones hide. Now, you might be thinking, what do you mean pre-upload? The video isn't even live yet. Exactly, and that's the point. The creators who win the 48-hour window don't just upload and hope. They prepare their audience before the video drops. A story, a post, a community tab update, a simple new video dropping tomorrow message. Why? Because when your video goes live, you want a warm audience ready to click, not a cold audience discovering it by accident hours later. Pre-warming your audience can be the difference between 200 views in the first hour and 2,000. Here's something that will change how you look at thumbnails forever. Go to YouTube right now, search for your video topic, and look at the results page. Does your thumbnail stand out, or does it look exactly like every other video on the page? Most thumbnails blend in. Same colors, same fonts, same facial expressions, and when everything looks the same, nothing gets clicked. Your thumbnail has one job, to be the most visually interesting thing on the page. Not the most beautiful, not the most polished, the most interesting. Contrast beats quality. Curiosity beats perfection, every single time. This is the most underrated mistake on the list. When your video first goes live, the comment section is empty, and that emptiness sends a signal. Here's what the top creators do that nobody talks about. They show up in their own comment section immediately after posting. They reply to every early comment. They ask a question to spark conversation. They pin a comment that drives more engagement. Why does this matter? Because comments generate more comments. Activity generates more activity. And the algorithm sees a comment section that's alive, and it pushes the video further. Ignoring your comment section in the first 2 hours is like leaving free momentum on the table. Okay, so here's where I give you something you can actually use today. This is the exact checklist I go through every single upload. 48 hours before. Write 10 title variations, pick the strongest one. Design 2 to 3 thumbnail options, test them with someone outside your bubble. Tease the video on your community tab or social media. Confirm your upload time matches your audience's peak hours. 24 hours before. Finalize your title and thumbnail. Write a description that includes your main keyword in the first 2 lines. Schedule the upload. Don't go live manually and rush it. Prepare your pinned comment in advance. The moment it goes live, share it immediately on every platform you have. Pin your pre-written comment. Reply to the first 20 comments personally. Check your CTR after 30 minutes, and if it's below 4%, consider changing the thumbnail immediately. That last point is something almost nobody does. Your thumbnail is not permanent. If your CTR is weak in the first 30 minutes, swap it. You have time. The window is still open. Here's the uncomfortable truth that I want to leave you with. Most creators treat uploading like the finish line. They spend all their energy on production and then they upload, exhale, and wait. But uploading is not the finish line. It's the starting gun. The 48-hour rule doesn't punish bad content. It punishes unprepared creators. And the good news is, preparation is a skill. It's learnable, it's repeatable, and once you build the habit, it becomes automatic. You don't need to go viral. You don't need a massive audience. You just need to stop leaving those first 48 hours to chance. So here's what I want you to do right now. Before your next upload, go through that checklist, all of it, and then come back and tell me in the comments if it made a difference. Because I genuinely believe that one checklist done consistently can change the entire trajectory of your channel. If this video helped you, subscribe, because I post this kind of deep dive breakdown every single week. And share this with one creator friend who needs to hear it, because most of them are making these mistakes right now, and they don't even know it. I'll see you in the next one.